I can say that technologies provides youth a range of tools and opportunities that they can use with politics and enter even the political sphere. By leveraging these tools effectively, youth can build their profiles, mobilize support, and even establish themselves as credible voices on political issues.
Yeah, that is true. We can see that even playing out in Nigeria today, the Labour Party is have been able to garner a lot of support in the media and able to really, the question is very simple. If the National Electoral Commission in Nigeria has not obviously rigged the election, the Labour Party will just win very clearly. It's evident.
I
And
know,
this,
Peter,
and
Peter, Peter.
Peter Obi,
I,
and this
I know,
is and
but
this only happened through technology because he was able to communicate to the people, and technology was very, very useful in able to pass this information to the people because this didn't really pass through the traditional media, pass through social media to the point that the opposition were saying that these are social media things. They will not stand the ground because you need to go to the street. Of course, from the social media, you garner the support, and the support then translated in live event because you are speaking to the younger people. Where do you find the younger people in Nigeria? They are on social media. And where are you supposed to speak to them? Speak to them in the platform where they are. So if we tap very well into the power of technology, the type of technology that we have today, I believe that African youth, irrespective of the country that they are able to wrestle the power and hold it. Because this is the tools of the age. If you want to play the game of the age, you must use the correct tool to be able to do what you have to do. Anyway, that takes me to another question I'm having in mind. In the beginning, you did say something important, which is true, that in Africa, we lack human resources. And the consequence of that is that you have a lot of people that are suffering in the midst of abundance. Now, because we are concentrating on the younger people, what is your suggestion? How do you think we might be able to bring more, we might be able to develop the human resources of the younger people? Because I repeat again, they are the leaders of tomorrow. If we don't develop them, we are going to have even more problem in the years to come. Help me with that.
very important because we commonly say that the development of youth or of a nation depends on youth. But which youth are we talking about? Are we talking about youth who are sitting behind, who are not thinking about development of their continent, who are not thinking about the challenges that they are supposed to tackle and being a change makers? And I said that youth are the springboard, are the cornerstone for the development of Africa. And to highlight more of my insights, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Kofi Annan, said that young people must be included from birth. A society that cut itself off from its youth service is lifeline and is condemned to bleed to death. And some of the things that you have to understand is that young people should be at the forefront, as I said before, of global change and innovations. Empowered, they can be the key agent for development and peace. These are the things that you are supposed to consider. But we are like the current government in our different countries or on African continent are supposed to create a space whereby African youth can learn from them, can have trainings on, can get prepared, which comes up with the think tank. The think tank is a very tool for African youth to get prepared for the challenges that they're supposed to face. And these are the initiatives that most countries in Europe, in America are using. So many think tanks, but in Africa, we have few think tanks. I have been working in the think tanks. It's based in Rwanda, it's based in Japan, it's based in Senegal, it's based in several countries. But what we are facing over there is that African youth doesn't even know what they're supposed to do in terms of the African challenges. Some of the things that you are supposed to learn there, you cannot learn that at school. It's very important because you have to be politically mature enough in order to critically see some of the challenges that your continent is facing. And these are the things that you cannot barely learn at school. That's why I said that we have to create a space whereby African youth can learn about some of the challenges that they are facing, and having a space whereby the former president or the former politicians can come together and try to exteriorize their ideas, their perspectives, their things that they have gone through, and if it's a bad side, good side, so that African youth can learn from that and see how best they can use those kind of aspect or perspective or concept in order to internalize into their the continent transformations. Is very, very important. It's a key aspect that we're supposed to consider.
Thank you so much for that, Mohammed. That is really very important. I appreciate it. It's a key important point. All right, now, what would be your final thought here, considering the conversation that we have had today about leadership and the role of the younger people, particularly? How would you conclude it?
I would like to say that thank you so much, Mr. Obehi, and for bearing with me and considering that I also have something to share with my little experiences as an African youth, because it is very obvious that we do not want to put at forefront our youth in order to talk about some of the things that we are facing. This is a good step. As I said previously, that why you want African youth to change this continent if you do not want us to take the lead. It's very important, because you can't be at two sides. What we say in French, that tu ne peux pas être au moulin au four au même temps. Again, you have to be at one place in order to advise them. Is very important. And those kind of things, that if this is very well spread, it will contribute to highly to the transformations of the African youth mindset. And I think those are the things that we are supposed to consider. And to finish, I would like to say that we have to take conscious of our consciousness in order to change our country, in order to change our continent, because the consciousness revolutions is very important. That's where fall into the human resources. If we do not have like a strong mindset, we cannot change our continent, even though we have so many things. But we are going to allow some people to come in order to transform it and even damage what we have. We have to be the driver of our own life. We have to be the driver of our destiny, whatever will be, but we have the option to move forward. That's why Martin Luther King said that the ultimate measure of man is not where he stands in moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands out in moment of challenges and controversies. These are the things that we are supposed to handle, we are supposed to consider, we are supposed to look at in order to prosper, in order to change our community. And thank you so much for this podcast. I think this will transform the life of millions and millions of African youth, their perspectives on leadership into politics, in order to transform highly their continent, in order to transform highly and drastically their different countries. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's highly valuable, the conversation that we have had today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.